Picture this: a furnished 3-bedroom villa with ocean views, full-time housekeeping, restaurant-quality meals delivered daily. The monthly cost? Less than most people pay for a studio apartment back home. This isn't a fantasy vacation package. It's the reality of living in parts of Africa that almost nobody seriously considers when planning a move abroad. And that oversight is creating one of the biggest lifestyle arbitrage opportunities on the planet. But there is a catch, and understanding it is the difference between people who thrive here and people who leave frustrated within 6 months. We'll come back to that. Most relocation content fixates on the same places: Portugal, Mexico, Thailand. Meanwhile, an entire continent with 54 countries remains almost completely ignored by mainstream expats, and the data tells a very different story than the stereotypes. Africa isn't emerging anymore. In several regions, it has already arrived. Monthly living costs that make Europe look absurd, tax structures that quietly favor international income, and infrastructure in specific cities that rivals developed nations. But here's the twist most people miss. The real misconception isn't safety, it's accessibility. While people argue over European residency quotas, several African countries allow visa-free entry for Americans and Europeans, with residency pathways measured in months, not years. Cape Town, Mauritius, Morocco, Ghana, Rwanda. These aren't experiments, they're functioning expat hubs, if you choose the right locations inside them. And that's where most people get this wrong, because Africa doesn't reward vague plans. It rewards precision. Pick the wrong city and you'll struggle. Pick correctly and the lifestyle difference feels almost unfair. By the way, if you're already thinking, how do people actually choose the right areas? That's exactly what members inside the Horizon Society School Group focus on. City-specific decisions, not brochure-level advice. Now let's break down what the data actually shows, starting in North Africa. Morocco shatters most assumptions about cost versus quality. In Marrakech's modern districts, fully furnished 2-bedroom apartments rent for around $400 to $700 per month. Restaurant meals run $3 to $8. High-speed fiber internet averages about $15 monthly. But Morocco's real advantage isn't just affordability, it's location. 3-hour flights to Europe, 7 hours direct to New York, and a GMT time zone that overlaps cleanly with both European and US business hours. Tourist visas allow 90-day stays with no requirements. Residency is possible through property investment starting around $70,000. Or by showing roughly $2,000 in monthly income, with approvals often completed within 6 months. Here's what most guides miss entirely. Morocco operates on a dual system. Ancient Medinas exist alongside ultra-modern districts with international hospitals, malls, and co-working spaces. You can live inside history without sacrificing convenience. Would you trade your current rent for a private riad with its own courtyard? Healthcare costs average up to 80% less than US rates, with French-trained doctors and strong private clinics. And for entrepreneurs, Morocco has a business advantage that quietly changes the math. But we'll circle back to that after the next country. South Africa offers something rare on this continent: first-world infrastructure at developing world prices. Cape Town functions as Africa's startup capital. Fiber internet, international banking, co-working hubs, a lifestyle that feels immediately familiar to Western professionals. Comfortable monthly living costs range from around $800 to $1,500. Modern apartments rent for $400 to $800. High-quality dining runs $15 to $30 per person. Visa pathways favor skilled professionals and entrepreneurs. Critical skills visas and business visas both offer routes to permanent residency, typically within 3 to 6 months if handled correctly. Now let's address the concern everyone has: safety. South Africa isn't uniformly dangerous. It's geographically selective. Affluent areas of Cape Town record crime rates comparable to major US cities. Business districts operate with security standards expected by international firms. The mistake people make is treating the entire country as one risk profile. The real advantage here lies in financial infrastructure. South African banks provide full international services. The stock exchange ranks among the world's top 20, and certain types of foreign income receive surprisingly favorable tax treatment, which leads directly into the next destination. Mauritius quietly operates as the Indian Ocean's financial hub. For tax residents, foreign-sourced income is taxed at 0% legally. without aggressive offshore structures. That alone puts it in a category few countries can compete with. Living costs are lower than most expect. Apartments in Port Louis rent for $600 to $1,200. Beachfront condos with pools range from $800 to $1,800. Meals cost $8 to $25. Residency favors investors and professionals. Property investment of $375,000 guarantees permanent residency. Investor permits require liquid assets above $500,000 with no forced local spending. Here's what tax guides rarely mention. Mauritius holds 46 double taxation treaties, including with the US and major European nations, allowing compliant tax optimization rather than loopholes. Infrastructure is exceptional for an island nation. Gigabit fiber, modern healthcare, top-tier international schools. The trade-off is that true tax residency requires spending at least 183 days per year on the island. If that feels restrictive, the next country removes that limitation entirely. Ghana has become West Africa's stability success story and one of the most underrated relocation plays globally. English is the official language. Accra offers modern amenities and costs remain shockingly low. Monthly living expenses range from $400 to $900. Furnished apartments rent for $200 to $600. Local meals cost $2 to $6. The visa structure offers unique advantages. The right of abode allows people of African descent to live and work indefinitely. Others can pursue business or investor permits through relatively straightforward processes. But here's the real pattern interrupt. Ghana's tech sector is expanding at a pace that rivals early Silicon Valley growth. Regional headquarters, startup hubs, and serious networking opportunities that didn't exist 5 years ago. Company formation is simple. Corporate tax sits at 25%, with incentives that lower effective rates for qualifying businesses. And socially, Ghana does something rare. Expats don't remain isolated. Integration happens naturally, and that changes the entire relocation experience. And for many people, this last country ends up being the most surprising of all. Finally, the country that quietly solves one of Africa's biggest lingering concerns. Rwanda represents one of the most dramatic national transformations in modern history. Kigali is consistently ranked among the cleanest and safest capital cities in the world. Living costs remain low despite rapid development. Monthly expenses range from $500 to $1,000. Apartments rent for $200 to $700. Internet costs under $20 with European-level reliability. Visa pathways include extendable tourist stays, work permits, and investment visas starting at $250,000 with paths to citizenship after 5 years. English is an official language. Government services are streamlined. Rwanda now operates as East Africa's connectivity hub. But the real difference is cultural. Rwanda emphasizes integration. Expats don't live in bubbles. They build real relationships, creating stability most destinations never reach. So here's the reality of relocating to Africa. It's not about finding the cheapest country. It's about choosing the right city, the right visa, and the right structure. Morocco offers proximity and culture. South Africa delivers infrastructure and opportunity. Mauritius provides tax efficiency. Ghana blends authenticity with growth. Rwanda offers safety and long-term stability. 5 countries, 5 very different paths, but the same opportunity if you choose correctly. The people who succeed here don't wing it. They follow people already living it. If you want exact neighborhood breakdowns, visa paths by profile, and real-time expat insight, the Horizon Society School Group goes far deeper than surface-level guides, including the mistakes to avoid before moving money or signing leases. If this video changed how you see Africa, check the link below. Because done right, this isn't a compromise, it's an upgrade.